The secret behind the PSSSHHH sound of giant trucks. Imagine you're driving on I-95, sun beating down country music playing loud. A massive 18-wheeler appears beside you, weighing up to 80,000 pounds. You slow down and suddenly, psh, a sharp hiss sounds followed by softer hiss. Hiss. Psht. Many people think, is the truck broken? No. That's the normal sound of the air brake system, the technology that lets heavy trucks stop safely. Today, we'll explore why large trucks use air brakes instead of hydraulic brakes like cars, how the system works, and the key safety features truck drivers value most. From your comments, I know you're most interested in the automatic safety mechanism, and easy trailer connection will cover both in detail. Why do 80,000-pound trucks avoid hydraulic brakes like those in pickups or SUVs? Hydraulic brakes use brake fluid in a sealed system. Even a tiny leak means fluid escapes pressure drops and brakes fail completely, the vehicle can't stop. Large trucks use air brakes because they have an automatic safety mechanism. Fail-safe: when air pressure is lost due to a leak or broken line, the brakes automatically lock the wheels tight, stopping the truck in an emergency instead of letting it run away uncontrolled. The biggest advantage many videos overlook: air brakes make trailer connection extremely simple. Drivers just connect two airline fittings called glad hands, red for emergency, blue for service, click, and the trailer brakes instantly sync with the tractor. With hydraulic brakes, you'd have to bleed the lines every time you connect or disconnect. A trailer brake fluid spills everywhere, takes a long time, and is prone to failure. That's why air brakes became the standard for heavy trucks in the US. The air brake system works clearly in 4 steps based on airflow. Step 1: air generation. The air compressor driven by the engine draws in outside air and compresses it to high pressure 135 psi. Step 2: storage and cleaning. Compressed air passes through the air dryer to remove moisture, preventing freezing in winter, then flows into large air tanks under the cab and trailer. The tanks ensure the truck has enough air for multiple brake applications, even if the compressor stops temporarily. Step 3: service brake. When pressing the pedal. When the driver presses the brake pedal, air from the tanks flows through 2 separate circuits, primary for rear axles, secondary for front axles, into the brake chambers at each wheel. Air pushes the diaphragm and pushrod rotates the S-cam, presses the brake shoes against the drum, creating friction to slow the truck. Harder pedal pressure means more airflow, stronger braking. Release the pedal. Air vents out, brake shoes release. Step 4: spring brake. When air is lost or parking. The spring brake is the core safety mechanism. The powerful springs are always ready to clamp the wheels. Air pressure holds the springs, compressed brakes released. If pressure drops below 60 psi, the low air warning buzzer sounds beep, beep, beep. When pressure falls to 20-45 psi due to leak or engine off, the springs release, locking the wheels, the truck stops immediately. If the trailer airline breaks, the tractor protection valve automatically closes, retaining air in the tractor so the driver can still steer and brake. Modern air brakes include air disc brakes instead of old drum brakes. Air disc brakes clamp the pads like high-end cars, shortening stopping distance by 17-20% according to NHTSA tests, with better heat resistance and reduced fade. A common movie myth: cutting the airline causes the truck to lose brakes and speed away. In reality, it's the opposite: loss of air triggers the spring brakes to lock the truck stops abruptly. That's the fail-safe. Hydraulic brakes lose fluid and lose braking. Air brakes lose air and gain braking. Maintenance is critical. Every morning, drivers drain the air tanks to remove accumulated water. Check the slack adjusters. Hand pull should move no more than 1 inch. Leak test: pressure drop should not exceed 2-3 psi per minute when the vehicle is stationary. In cold northern winters, add alcohol to the air dryer to prevent frozen lines. In summary, air brakes don't just stop heavy trucks, they automatically lock when there's a problem. Connect trailers quickly and produce that signature pss sound. Next time you hear it on the highway, remember, that's the sound of safety. Studying for a commercial driver's license. Master the spring brake section. It's key to passing the air brake test. What do you think? Want more on Jake Brake or the full pre-trip inspection? Comment below. Drive safe.